spring spectacular concert. So pleased that you could all be here with us today. The group in front of you is our Blue Jazz Band, and they are going to perform 4 pieces for you here tonight. The first one is entitled Hunting Wabbits, yes, with a W, like good old Elmer Fudd. And the composer, Mr. Gordon Goodwin, says this: ever watch Bugs Bunny cartoons when you were a kid? I sure did. Well, I did too, but. And this piece is my tribute to the great Carl Stalling, who wrote the scores for all the classic Warner Brothers cartoons. He says it's an odd little chart, but his group, which is called Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band, PH, has a ball playing it. I hope you will too. So please enjoy what is probably the goofiest chart I ever wrote. Here's Hunting Wabbits. All right, they're going to do a little switching around here, and we'll tell you a little bit about our next tune. Soloist on that last one on the soprano sax was Lincoln, on the trombone Caden, and on the clarinet Arthur. If you would give them one more hand for their great solos. Now, our next piece was written by a gentleman named Edward Kennedy Ellington, better known as Duke Ellington. And he wrote Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me in 1940 as an instrumental feature for his jazz band. Now, his friend Bob Russell, an American songwriter, also wrote the lyrics to this music. The song then was recorded in 1944 and went on to become a #1 R&B chart for 8 non-consecutive weeks and #6 on the pop chart. Considered a jazz standard, the song has been recorded and performed by many famous national and international artists. We are going to feature this evening on vocals, Miss Danielle Pacheta. Would you welcome Danielle, please?
Someone new, but does that mean that I'm untrue when we're apart? The words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. But please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. Someone new, but does that mean that I'm untrue when we're apart? The words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, and other arms may hold a thrill. But please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. Never will.
live for Jesus, go to heaven.
All right, our next tune is entitled Love is Here to Stay by George and Ira Gershwin. This was written in 1938, but really became popular when it was sung by Gene Kelly in a film called An American in Paris in 1951. Some of you may have not seen that or heard of that one. Maybe you know When Harry Met Sally from 1989. None of y'all were born, but that was sung by Harry Connick Jr. in that movie, and it's been used in all kinds of films and covered by many artists and singers. So again, we will feature Danielle on vocals. We'll also feature Lou on the tenor sax and Lincoln on the alto sax. Here is Love is Here to Stay.
It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time, the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, 'cause our love is here to stay. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time, the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, 'cause our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay.
All right, one more for our jazz band here. How about Danielle Patrick again on the vocals? All right, our final selection for the night is Coconut Champagne, made famous by Maynard Ferguson's group in the mid 80s on his Live from San Francisco album. We are going to feature on the Barry sax Vaughn Campbell, on the drums Derek, and on, oh yeah, give it up for Vaughn and Derek. But also on the trumpet Tim George, and on the clarinet Arthur Tamela Savella. This will be the longest break because we have to reset the stage a little bit. So if you would bear with us just for a couple minutes, and then the breaks after that will be much, much shorter. So hang tight, and we'll be back with our wind ensemble in just a few minutes. too terribly long. We're going to fire up. Oh, it's already up there. Thank you, Mr. Gollin. So this is our wind ensemble here. We have a very special treat that we're about to present to you all, and we are very excited to share a very special song. We have connected with the Sing Me a Story Foundation, which is an organization that creates music inspired by the creative stories of children in need. Sing Me a Story connected us with Paxton and Tegan Klinkenbeard, who are sitting right over here. If you want to wave and say hi to Paxton and Tegan over there. Hey, guys. And we were able to connect through them through a local nonprofit, the Penricton Center for the Blind Children. Paxton was born with a rare condition called anophthalmia, which means neither of his eyes developed in utero, making him completely blind. He is also diagnosed with nonverbal autism. Paxton really enjoys splashing in the water, riding his adaptive tandem bike, and listening to different styles of music. Hopefully this is going to be one of them here. So when given this opportunity, Paxton's younger sister, Tegan, who's only 5 years old, wrote and illustrated a story titled Our Underwater Adventure. In the story, Paxton, Tegan, and their mom and dad embark on an epic ocean adventure. Now, we handed that story off to Cameron Page, who's a Rochester alum. He's a music ed and composition graduate from Central Michigan University, and Cam's here somewhere, I think. Where are you at, Cam? Stand up and wave. There's Cam right there in the middle. Hey, Cam. And Cam turned this story into an awesome piece of music that we're going to play here in just a second. So Paxton, Tegan, and family are here tonight, as we said, hearing the song for the first time. Now, we also have another special piece of the story where we're going to have a narrator who's going to read the story that Tegan wrote while we played music, and then Mr. Gollin's going to put the illustrations up on the video board here so you get the whole package and you can see the whole story there. So our special guest narrator tonight is Mr. Caden Bogan. Would you welcome Caden to the stage, please? All right, please enjoy the world premiere of Our Underwater Adventure, composed by Cameron Page and inspired by the story written by Tegan. We hope you enjoy.
Welcome to our story. The story of our underwater adventure. Mom, Dad, Paxton, and Tegan headed to the beach for a fun day in the sun. When they arrived, it was very crowded. Paxton and Tegan tried to win. But sometimes, Paxton is overwhelmed by too many people and noises. Suddenly, Tegan saw something yellow in the distance, peeking out from behind a rock near the water. She rolled Paxton over so they could investigate. "It's a submarine!" yelled Tegan. They couldn't help but to go in and check it out. Paxton was excited to be away from the crowd. Feeling the same excitement, Tegan said, "Let the sibling adventure begin." Paxton giggled at the sound of the submarine slowly sinking into the water. Glub, glub, glub. Glub, glub, glub. Tegan started to describe all the new creatures to Paxton. She wished with all her might that Paxton could experience the critters even without his sight. Suddenly, 2 ocean-proof sleeves appeared, protruding from the submarine wall. With the gloves, Tegan helped Paxton find a glowing pufferfish. They laughed because it felt like a spiky, squishy balloon. What's this? They realized the submarine had joined a pod of clicking dolphins. Tegan and Paxton copied the dolphin noises and asked if there was any underwater music. Pax loves music. The dolphin said, "Yes, come with us." As they made their way through the reef and coral, they stretched their arms out and felt the tickling tentacles of dancing octopus. "I wonder why everyone is dancing," exclaimed Tegan. A gigantic grin crept over Paxton's face as he heard the deep bass notes of an underwater whale trio. Pax and Tegan joined in the harmony upon realizing all the other underwater friends were swaying and jamming to the tune. While it's true that Tegan and Pax were experiencing the adventure of a lifetime, they realized that their parents had no idea where they were. Worried beyond belief, the pair decided to return to land. Through all of their emotions, happiness, joyfulness, and just a hint of sadness, Tegan and Pax knew that they would never, never, never forget the ordinary beach day that transformed them into deep sea explorers.
moment, we'll have our concert band out here for you in just a minute. right, welcome back. This is our concert band here. We're going to play 3 selections for you. You can give it up for the concert band. All right. I love the concert band. Okay, so the first tune we have, and this is pretty fitting from some of the special weather we had the other night. So, Across Illuminated Skies by Oscar Band. It says this: a wondrous sight to behold, the aurora borealis, the northern lights, and aurora australis, the southern lights, produce incredible streaks of colorful light across the skies of extreme northern and southern hemispheres, and Michigan the other day as well. Oscar Band's Across Illuminated Skies takes us on a journey to the regions of the Arctic and Antarctic, where these magical natural lights can be experienced and enjoyed. Here is Across Illuminated Skies. Our next piece is special to Rochester High School because we were able to partake in the commission of this piece, along with 21 other schools or ensembles. We all worked together to get Mr. Benjamin Dean Taylor to compose a sequel to a piece that we played last year, which we'll talk about in a second. So, it says right here, actually. As a sequel to my popular work, Player One Press Start, which last year's concert band played. And we were also part of that commission, which was really neat. That one was based on early 8-bit video games and their soundtracks of blips and bloops. This work now looks inside modern game soundtracks for its inspiration. In this case, the band is imagined to be inside the video game, immersed in the lush, full orchestration of a modern warfare-style game. Each member of the band is an important hero with unique skills and abilities. Each person is critical to winning the game. So let's stay together and work as a team. Here we go. Let's enter the battle. All right, our final selection with the concert band is by a favorite composer of mine, Mr. Andrew David Perkins. Each of the bands is actually playing one of his tunes tonight, so here's the first one, entitled The Raptor Rides the Whale. And just kind of think of a visual of that. kind of crazy scenario. So, The Raptor Rides the Whale is an aggressive driving work that heavily features our percussion section that's going to be using all kinds of special effects. They have like these rubber ball mallets they're going to scrape, and you're going to hear cymbals being bowed with string bass bows on the timpani and all sorts of strange stuff. So listen for that, especially at the beginning. This piece was inspired by the artwork of Sterling Prentice, aka Winged Beast. The piece is a metaphoric manifestation of the imagined melee between these two iconic creatures, the raptor and the whale. Perhaps, like a discarded chapter from a Michael Crichton novel, the outcome of this impossible rendezvous would be best left to our imaginations. So Andy humbly offers now the soundtrack. Here is The Raptor Rides the Whale. All right, our next ensemble is the Symphony Band. We are going to start with a tune called Skydive. Skydive starts with immediate exhilaration and velocity, as you might imagine. Then there's a second section that's a little more legato, a little smoother style, which is representative of the time when the skydiver enjoys the beauty of the scenery. The energy and thrill come back as the piece drives to the end with nonstop excitement. And we've kind of decided we're going to kind of tell a little story with our three tunes here tonight. So obviously the opening tune, the skydive, imagine the skydiver flying in. If you look ahead to the program, we're going to head for Mount Everest next, so stay tuned for more. So we've taken our skydive now and headed toward Mount Everest, which is the title of our next tune by Rossano Galante. Just a short little note from the composer here. It says this composition is set to capture the epic grandeur and beauty of Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth. So imagine our skydive here, and now we're taking an epic climb up Mount Everest. And the next tune kind of alludes to like we're secret spies, and we're on a mission. So if you look at the title for that one, we'll explain more in just a second. Here's Mount Everest. All right, our final piece is again by Mr. Andrew David Perkins. The second of his tunes tonight. You'll hear one more later with the wind ensemble. This is entitled Burn After Reading. There's no program notes with this, just kind of left to the imagination. So this is where we kind of created our spy story where it's like, here's this message and it will self-destruct in 10 minutes or whatever. So this is kind of our end of our story. We've climbed Mount Everest after our skydive and on this secret mission, and now it's going to burn after reading it, and then we're off on this next adventure. I know it's kind of corny. It's like bad dad jokes that my boys are probably thinking right now. But here's Burn After Reading by Andrew David Perkins. All right, our final group this evening, this is our wind ensemble. We're going to, go ahead. Yeah, all right. We're going to get going into a tune entitled Havana Nights by Randall Standridge, and he writes this. One genre I have a particular affection for is mambo. Being introduced to the style when I was in high school, I was enchanted by the melodies, rhythms, and excitement that it generates. As I dug more deeply into the style, I was introduced to the work of Yima Sumac, Tito Puente, Perez Prado, and others. I was absolutely enchanted. Havana Nights is a concert work for wind ensemble, but is also conceived as a short ballet. The action takes place in the mambo clubs of Havana as our heroine, also named Havana in this story, dances her way through the nightlife. She encounters another young dancer, and the two begin a flirtatious, seductive conversation through the art of movement. As the ballet comes to a close, Havana casts one final gleeful look at her would-be suitor before escaping into the night. Here is Havana Nights. There we go. All right, our next tune here with the Wind Ensemble is entitled Society Blue. This is another Andy Perkins tune. This is another one we were a part of a commission for, and this was back a couple years ago in 2022, but now this is our first time performing this piece. It's extremely difficult, lots of very technical challenges, as you're going to hear. A little note from Andy about the piece. In the summer of 2012, he had the opportunity to share a gig with the incredible jazz Manouche Quartet Minor Sing at a festival in Vallon-Pont-d'Arc, France. I don't know if I said that right. The incredibly talented ensemble performed with the jazz instrumentation and style made famous by Django Reinhardt and Stéphane Grappelli in the 1930s in Paris. Minor Sing opened for the Basie-style big band that he was directing at the time, and the evening was absolute magic. We played well past midnight as the locals danced on the cobblestone streets, and he looked up at the starlit sky above in a deep indigo blue. It was one of those rare fleeting moments where everything else faded away. And he was aware of the pure, undiluted joy of making music with friends. So this tune, Society Blue, which was another special thing for us to get on the commission with blue. We have to have, blue and white as our school color, so it was another motivation to get on board with this. As an homage to Django Reinhardt, Stéphane Grappelli, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Benny Goodman, Edith Piaf, Ragtime, Dixieland, and every hot club on the planet. Here is Andy Perkins' Society Blue. before we finish up with our final tune, we have a very special presentation that we'd like to bestow on one of our special guests here this evening. So I'm going to invite up Erica and Jenny and Katie. They're already come on up. Would you give these ladies a hand, please? And would you also welcome our special guest here, Maureen Thoma.
Hello, my name is Erica Brinkman, and I was a student in the concert band and FMB from 2007 to 2001. I know that I, as well as many other thousands of students, have a lot of fond memories of Mr. Thoma, and my earliest one was from my experience at band camp. I can clearly picture him on his giant scaffolding with his megaphone, and it was always 90 degrees in the middle of this field at Acres Hall outside in August. And suddenly he'd stop what we were doing and give the go-ahead for what we've been waiting for. And he would say, "Water the band." And then he'd give a slight wink and a smile, and that was that. After high school, we found something else in common, bicycling. He found me working at a bike shop on the Macomb Orchard Trail, and always never failed to stop in and catch up and tell me about things that him and Maureen were doing or bike trips that they were going on. And so it's not only my honor, but it's my privilege to call him my teacher and my friend. I tried, I made it so hard. You did good.
Remember stopping me. Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Katie Mile. I was Mr. Thoma's student from 1991 to 96 in all of the concert bands, and I also played under him after he started the Rochester College Band. For Mr. Thoma, teaching music and spreading the joy that music can bring was not just a career, but it was also his passion and his mission. He made the band room a safe spot and a refuge for many, and he encouraged us to excel, but also to find the family that music provided. The bonds and the family he built are still rooted in all of our hearts today, years later. Each year he came back for homecoming, and he always greeted both the alumni and the current students warmly, checking in as if all of us were his children, and I think we all were in some ways. When my son decided to major in music education, he was among the first to offer to me, "Have him call me. Let me talk to him. I'll do a mock interview, anything you need." He didn't know Colin, but he still cared. As you can see, I'm not the only one here who is an RHS grad or one of Augie's kids who chose to come back here to their roots. We come back to be part of the legacy that Mr. Thoma created and nurtured. We will put a brick in the wall that shows his footprint on our program will be forever marked for the students that he taught and the students that followed. I wish I could say thank you to him for paving the way, the ways of tradition, of excellence, and of achievement found here at RHS, both within these walls and the band program.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Spenner. I first met Augie Thoma at Oakland University while I was studying for my bachelor's and he his master's degree. And over the 30-odd years, he was many things to me, primarily mentor as I worked with him as an intern here at RHS. Katie was one of my band students. And then colleague during my teaching career, and he always offered to help. He was working with my kids as well, and my students. And then finally, I was also privileged and honored to call him friend through the years. Augie had a profound impact with his teaching in the community, within the band world, and beyond. He was highly respected, and his legacy will live on through all of us who knew him, worked with him, and loved him. Thank you to Dave for allowing us these few minutes to honor Augie. and it's a very bittersweet honor to present this brick on behalf of our Bob in Augie's memory so that he may be underfoot forever a part of RHS. And it reads, "Where words fail, music speaks," in memory of August J. Toma, Director of Bands, 1983 to 2007.
Thank you so much, ladies, for that great presentation. I just wanted to share a couple of words, and then we can get on with the final piece here. But before, yeah, and so of course, Mrs. Toma was going to talk. When I was hired here 10 years ago, I was offered the job, and I hadn't accepted the job yet. But Augie called me. I don't know how he got my number from somebody, but he called me and talked to me all about Rochester and all the great things. And I was like, how is this happening already? He was in Florida, and he was just so very encouraging and so very welcoming. And I was blessed to call him a friend, and we would meet once or twice a year whenever he was up in Michigan. We'd go up to Rochester Mills or grab a coffee at Panera or something. And I found myself already throughout the school year, and Michelle can attest to this too, going, I want to ask Augie about this, or I want to ask him about this piece, or this piece of history in Rochester. And because it was always so easy to shoot him a text or shoot him an email, and he was always so accessible, and always was willing to share the great traditions that he helped foster and then helped continue on once he was gone. And he was always here every homecoming to conduct and take part in the festivities, and we were able to honor him at this past homecoming in a lot of special ways. And the students are great. And I've told Maureen this a number of times that Augie might be gone, but his legacy will forever live on in these students and the students down here and the ones that come after him, because, again, his footprint is all over this building and especially this program. So I'm grateful to have known him and to now get to know Maureen, and she's going to share a couple words for you. So thanks to Augie, and here's Maureen.
And now I'm not going to be able to make it through this without crying. I was going to try not to cry, but I already started. First of all, I just want to congratulate all of you and all of your parents and all of these people that are part of this community that Augie started 40 years ago now. And Dave, you've done a fantastic job. He had big shoes to fill, and you are only filling one of them, though. He wore a size 15 shoe. So. When I start, the other thing I want to do is say hi to my daughter who's watching the live stream in California with my grandson. And so I'm glad they're able to share this with you. All three of my children were under their dad's baton at this school and on this stage. And it's amazing. And it's a sad reason that we're honoring him, but it's amazing the legacy he has. As I prepared for tonight and thought about being here, I looked up the word legacy in the dictionary. And Webster says that legacy is the long-lasting impact of particular events or actions that took place in the past or of a person's life. Mr. Toma started walking these halls and the path from here to the stadium in 1983, way before many of you were born. He taught music to countless students. I think it's over 6,000. If we estimate all the years and all of the students that have walked through here. And some of those were in more than one band, so it was more than one count. He spent countless hours here. He lived on this stage. Sometimes I never knew if he would come home because he was here at 6 in the morning and he left at after dark, very late. He was way after dark for activities into the evening. Someday, all of you and some of us now are looking back on the places that you've spent many hours in, and you realize how much that place and those people you interacted with made an impact on your heart. That is what a legacy is made up of. The last 8 months that Augie's been gone has been sad, but so many of you that carry a piece of his heart and legacy have shown me so much love and joy and support. His love and passion for music has been magnified in my life and in our lives through all of you. And this brick will keep him underfoot, as Jenny said. in this special place for many years to come. I challenge all of you to honor his legacy now and into the future by keeping music alive in your heart and lives always, and sharing it with all you meet, as Mr. Thoma did. My heartfelt thanks goes out to all of you for this brick and for this honor. Thank you.
And now, one more special surprise that Maureen has wants to recognize a few students here with a very special honor. So, back to Maureen.
So when Augie passed in September last year, I opened a scholarship. I started a scholarship fund through the Rochester Community Schools. The last time I checked, which was several months ago, it has received over $13,000 worth of donations in his name. And this year I was able to give 3 scholarships to 3 outstanding students, seniors here at Rochester High School. So I'd like Brandon, Caden, and who's my third one? Carter, to please come up here. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of how they applied for the scholarship. And my daughter and another band director, Paul DeRubies, and I took all the applications, read the scholarships, and picked these 3 deserving gentlemen. There were lots more, and as the years go by, there'll be lots more. I hope many of you, I'll see your names on the applications as the years go on. So Brandon, during his time at Rochester, Brandon has been a member of the Falcon Marching Band, the Jazz Band, the Pep Band, the Pit Orchestra, Concert Band, Symphony Band, and Wind Ensemble. He's a talented saxophone player who participated in solo and ensemble festivals at both the district and state levels, and was selected as selection leader of the alto section in the marching band. Brandon plans to study music education at the university level. Mr. Thoma was particularly proud of students pursuing a career in music and would be thrilled to support Brandon in his music education endeavors. Congratulations, Brandon. Brandon. I knew you were there. A quick side note, and I'm sure Dave knows this, but Andy Perkins was one of Augie's students. So one of his favorite composers got his start here at Rochester High School. Caden, during his time at Rochester, has been a member of the Falcon Marching Band, the Jazz Band, the Wind Ensemble, the Symphony Band, and the Music Theater program. When Caden started high school, he did not play an instrument, but after taking guitar his sophomore year, he asked to learn trombone so he could join the marching band, and has become a part of the band program ever since. I think Mr. Thoma started the guitar program here at Rochester High School. This past year, Caden then learned to play euphonium because there was no one else to play it. Picking up a new instrument to play for the good of the ensemble as a whole was hugely appreciated by Mr. Thoma, and it is an honor to support Caden as he continues in music as part of his university education. Congratulations, Caden. Carter, during his time at Rochester, has been a member of the Falcon Marching Band, the Jazz Band, the Concert Band, the Symphony Band, and Wind Ensemble. Do you see a theme here? They've all lived here, too, in this building. He is a talented clarinet player who was selected as drum major of the marching band for the past 2 years. In addition to his band commitments, Carter was also an active member of the Boy Scouts, earning the top honor of Eagle Scout. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard this before, but an Eagle Scout is for life, and you are a called person, and you were called to this honor. As an Eagle Scout himself, Mr. Toma was an Eagle Scout. He was the first Eagle Scout in his troop in New York. Both of my sons followed in his footsteps and are Eagle Scouts. And as an Eagle Scout, he was quite proud of his students who were members of Scout troops alongside their participation in music and band. Carter plans to continue music at the university level in marching band. Congratulations, Carter. Would you join me in congratulating them one more time, and thank you so much.
All right. One more final piece now from our wind ensemble. This one is a little bit wild, which is why it's something that I chose, because, well, you'll see. This one's entitled Fracas. The definition of fracas is a noisy disturbance or quarrel. Randall Standridge, the composer, writes, I have always had a great deal of affection for the horn bands and jazz musicians of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Bill Chase, Chick Corea, Buddy Rich, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Stan Kenton, these were heroes to me. Fracas is my love letter to this time period and these groups and individuals. It is a fusion of symphonic convention and rock and jazz sensibilities. It is always a spiritual follow-up. It's also a spiritual follow-up to his work entitled Ruckus. You can imagine how that one goes. So sit back, tap your toes, and get ready for a collision of worlds where horn riffs, psychedelic colors, and driving energy meet. Here is Fracas. seniors, and we're going to end this in true Rochester fashion here. So seniors, we're going to call you up one by one. The rest of y'all know what to do here. These 12 individuals that we have that have played in the concert bands this evening or the jazz bands, I'm going to ask you guys to come on up here and honor them for their 4 years of dedication to the band program, some maybe 1 or 2, but still here as seniors this year. We are especially blessed to have them up here. So on the clarinet, and she couldn't be here this evening, was Ava Herman. Also on the clarinet, Carter Rupert and Amelia Windler. So Carter and Amelia, come on down front here. Just line up in the front. On the alto saxophone, Lincoln Iquinilio and Brandon Rush. Lincoln and Brandon, come on down. You don't need your instruments. You can leave them on your chair. Amelia's going to play on clarinet, I guess. On the tenor saxophone, Matt Irwin. Matt, come on down. On the bari sax, Dawson Rogers and Zach Uzenski. Zach and Dawson. On trombone and the little euphonium, as you heard, Caden Bogan. On percussion, Ethan McCullough and Lily Moxley. Come on down. And on piano in the jazz band is Tessa Chalmers. Give it up for Tessa. Would seniors take a few steps forward? Get off my podium. I just need it because we're going to play some songs for you, that's all. So this is for you guys, seniors, one final alma mater and fight song. You'll get another one at graduation too, but this is one special from all of your bandmates here as they surround the audience here. You guys get to sing, you know the drill, arm in arm. Anybody's welcome to stand and sing along as we play our alma mater and fight song. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around for this long evening. We appreciate you. Everybody, please get home safely. Thank you so much.